you have high CPC. So something is wrong. A lot of impressions, people are just scrolling, nobody's clicking on it. That gives a signal almost instantaneously. After so many impressions, they're just going to start to decrease the impressions of the ad. And then when you want to see more, you keep wanting to pay more. And because they want you to pay more, because obviously you're not doing something right, you end up being penalized. Little minor mistakes early on ends up becoming a big one later on. First things first, go back to square one. Who are you selling to? What are you trying to sell? What's the ad copy? What's the offer? Would you click on it if that were you, right? If you were going through that, if you're that person, would you click on it and think about that? Can you make a better version? Because everybody got to start somewhere. So create a second version, different ad, make a carousel ad, right? Make a video ad. You can have an image ad, a carousel ad, a video ad. That's 3 right there, and see which one's performing best. I bet your video might hint. That would be one thing to do, and say, hey, what can I do to micro target? How do I make this more smaller? You don't need 21 million people in your pool to actually make $1 million. Trust me, you need a much smaller pool. Many times, that's the biggest mistake. There's 77 million people. How can you create anything 77 million people are gonna? Long story short, figuring out who that perfect audience is, that might only be a few thousand, because that would make them click. In a small segmented audience, it doesn't have to be all over the United States, all over the world. Small segment, get hyper, super niche, and figure out, can I get them to click and watch your CPC start to go down? So quick tips here as to why you might be paying too much. And if you set it all up wrong, there may be a possibility, but most importantly, I'm sure you did a fantastic job setting up Facebook ads. They make it easy because they want your money, don't get me wrong. But the reason many people struggle is simply because sometimes they have just too many things in their target. It's like running a Google Ads campaign with one campaign, one ad group, and 2,500 keywords under it, right? Like they just didn't think much about it. They just thought Google is gonna automatically optimize the ad copy based on my keyword. It doesn't do that. So you wanna make sure that you're in control over the ad account, because right now, Facebook is in control of it. They dictate what your CPC is. You really have no control. So that would be my first tip if I was trying to lower my cost per click. The only other reason why you might pay too much is because you do have a super high niche audience. You're looking for billionaires, and they're living in a certain zip code, and you may have to pay a lot for that because there's a lot of people trying to target those few people. That costs too much money. I can understand that, but chances are that is not the case. You have way too much of a broad campaign, irrelevant ad copies. The landing page could use a lot of help. Let's put it that way. Just everything is just not clicking. And if it's not clicking, you're gonna be paying a lot for your clicks. So I hope you got something out of this quick video as to why you might be paying too much. And you may not be paying too much today, but you might be if you don't work on these same things.